Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
A bin folder, and inside bin there is a bat file available, Windows bat file, just like your exe file. If you have opened that, it will be going to open a GUI window. By using SoapUI tool, it's not required for us to write a client code and test the server. See, each and every time when you make some changes to your server-side code, it's not required for you to write a mock client and verify it each and every time. You can just make use of some kind of open source tools, and you can import your WSTL file. See, what is the fundamental requirement for any kind of clients? For any kind of client, he just needs only the WSTL file. Even your SoapUI tool also needs the WSTL file. So once you have opened the SoapUI tool, just go and create a new project. And for your project, it will be going to ask you some names, and it will be going to ask you some input. Here you can see that initial WSTL. So go and browse the WSTL for your string operations. Java F, Eclipse Indigo, H2K workspace. It was not there here. Workspace, string operations, web content, WSTLs. Okay. So once you have imported, it will be going to create one project. So the top level is project. There is one another project, iConfig Pro Service. Forget about that one. And once after that, it will be going to create one project. And you can see that with the soap binding, it has created an operation add. So you can just open that one. Just a second. Yeah. So I have opened the project, and in my project, you can see that there are 4 tabs: overview, which consists of your WSTL location and some test summary kind of stuff. See, this SoapUI is used for testing kind of stuff. So you can go for load test, and you can go for normal test cases. You can write a test case, and you can verify whether you want to perform the load kind of stuff. Let us say you want to handle 100 concurrent requests at the same time, or 10 threads at the same time. So before handing it over to the client, you just need to verify from your side whether your server is capable of handling 10 threads at a time or not, or your Java was able to allocate that much memory or not. So the load test is very important during our testing phase. And once after that, there are security kind of stuff information available. Next, go to the second level. See, each and every project, it will be going to contain the hierarchy in the same way. In the above also, you can see that it's in the same way. And here it will be going to contain your binding will be going to specify the details about your service endpoint. If you want, you can change the service endpoint also, but currently this is fine. See, the service endpoint, how it was able to retrieve, it has seen the service element. When you have imported the WSTL, it will be going to read the address location tab, address location attribute, and it will be going to populate at this level. So the service endpoint, if you want to change, you can make a changes to here. And the next one is your method name, nothing but your operation name. Open the request. So here you can see that the SoapUI tool has read your operation, and it has seen that there is an input element which is referring to message TNS add, and message TNS add is referring to TNS add element, and the TNS add element consists of two arguments, which is argument 0 and argument 1. So it will be going to create. See, we already familiar with the SOAP envelope. The top level is SOAP envelope. If it needs, will be going to contain a header, optional header, and then it will be going to contain a body, and inside it will be going to contain the request message. See, this is how normally your client will be going to communicate to the server. But as of now, when we are using the Java clients, we'll be going to see only the normal elements, only the argument 0 or argument 1. But once after the request has prepared, your SOAP will be going to wrap up the request message and will be going to submit to the server. So once it has read, your SoapUI tool has seen that complex type element add consists of these two elements. It will be going to provide you those two operations also. You can see that these two are optional elements. Currently I'm specifying two elements. Add argument 0, 10, argument 1, 20. Once here is the execute button. Once you have executed this button, it will be going to use this particular URL which was specified at the top layer. If you want, you can change the current URL. And once after you have submitted, the response will be going to display it here. On the downside, you can see that there are several log files available: SoapUI log, HTTP log, Jetty log, error log, WSM memory log. So the SoapUI log, it will be going to provide you what kind of stuff that you are doing. You can see that each and everything: importing endpoint, importing operation add, finding importer. So it will be going to show you all the clicks, whatever that you have done. It will be going to log that particular message. So here, what is it following? By looking at this log message, can anyone tell me what kind of messaging it is following?
Log4j?
Yeah, exactly, correct. Here, yeah, correct. Here you can see that configuring log4j, and it will be going to use the log4j technology. And on the left side here, you can see that it is printing the date and then the log level, and after that the log message. So your SoapUI tool internally uses log4j mechanism. And the next one is HTTP log. Your HTTP log will be going to contain, let me execute once. Got the response, everything is fine. Your HTTP log will be going to contain, see, here you are communicating with respect to a service which is available on the web. So that means you'll be going to use XML over HTTP communication using SOAP protocol. So for HTTP communication, it was supposed to specify some kind of headers. So here you can see that it is using the post operation, and the URL is string operation / services / ops calculation port and HTTP 1.1 version. Sorry, the content type is text / XML, content length is 334, and the host is localhost :8080, user agent, and finally it has sent the message, and it has received a response as 200 OK, which is nothing but the success response from the server, and finally it has received the response message. This is the response content. Your SoapUI log. Go to your SoapUI log. It consists of some small information related to your request: sending request, received response, connection can be kept alive indefinitely, got response, connection closed. So you can see that the connection, it has opened a connection to the IP address, whatever that you have provided, and finally it has closed the connection. If at all, if there are any errors, it will be going to specify it here. You can see your memory consumption also, how much memory it is consuming with each and every request. Let us change the request and pass some string. Go to your HTTP log. Here, the same way it will be going to communicate for the request, but you can see that the response has received as 500 internal server error. HTTP 1.1 500 internal server error. 500 errors are nothing but server errors. And it has displayed the fault response. The fault response, whatever we have constructed from our server or service. Fault code, SOAP SE500 and number format exception has occurred. So these kind of tools are useful when you want to test. When you want to test the service without using the Java code. So going to our Java level and writing each and every time when you have made some changes to your code, it will be like kind of complicated when we want to test or when we want to do the load test kind of stuff. So you can go for SoapUI or JMeter. There is one other tool which is JMeter. You can just go for that one as well and verify. Is this tool only used for testing? Yeah, mostly that's the whole purpose. SoapUI tool you can use for testing and load testing kind of stuff, or else you can verify the security kind of stuff. Yeah, mostly it was used for testing purpose. You're correct. And here you can see that the connection shut down. Previously the connection got closed. Why the connection got shut down here? Because the server has specified that it was not able to process and there is an error with respect to the server. Memory log. Now create a test suite. Instead of sending only one request, we'll create a test suite. Just take some defaults, add test case, test request. Just select our current request only, select operation to invoke, which means it is selecting the existing request. Create optional content. So currently what I want to do is I just want to perform, I want to verify whether the request or response was success or not. And with the test case, previously we have requested or triggered only normal requests. And when you use test case and adding the test step, here it will be going to verify. And once after executing, it will be going to show in red color or green color whether the process was success or failure. You can see in the left side, green color it has shown. If you want to perform a load test, right click, new load test, click OK. So for load test, it will be going to provide you several options. Like, see, when we are performing the load test means we want to verify like how many number of threads you want to hit per second. That will be going to specified here. And the strategy, like whether you want to go for thread strategy or a normal strategy. Like thread strategy means it will be going to use how many number of threads you want to start and how many number of threads until you want to increase. Or else if you want to go for normal strategy, then you can see what is the number of transactions that will be going to hit per second, which is nothing but your TPS, and how many number of bytes will be going to transfer to the server, and how many number of requests will be going to triggered within a second, the minimum and maximum, and at an average. Let me start one. So here you can see that. So here the TPS is 3.7. That means it is requesting 3 requests at a time or per second, and this number of bytes it is hitting. So this kind of information normally it is useful for your managerial purpose. So your manager or your lead will be going to ask you how much load that your service will be going to handle within a fraction of a second, or how much load it can handle within this particular time period. So those kind of information that will be going to used for allocating hardware resources. Say, let us say your JVM is handling, so currently you can see that number of bytes got increased. Your JVM is getting full here. You can see that it is going up and down. And let us say you want to hit 50 requests per 1 second or 2 seconds. So with the current allocated memory, it's not at all possible to hit 50 requests. So what they'll do is they'll take a look at the statistics, and then they'll be going to increase the memory size, or they'll be going to allocate the required hardware resources. That's how normally load test will be going to use. See, this test request kind of stuff, just like your unit testing, because once you have developed the service, you need to provide the results to your manager or lead, specifying that your test was successful and you were able to verify your service, and then only it will be going to send to the normal testing phase. Your load test, either you can do, or normally the load test will be going to performed by your QA leads or QA team. Download the SoapUI tool, and once after writing a small service, make use of that and place the WSDL file here. And then create a normal request first, and after that create a test case. You just need to right click and see all the options that are available. New test case, clone test case, launch test runner, verify all those options, and once after that create a load test and associate some request to the load test, and start the load test and verify how much memory that it will be going to use. So here you can see that all the request handling, or sometimes the errors if the string was not proper. This is one another WSDL file. Let me open the WSDL. See, this is actual WSDL file from my telecom project. Here you can see that lot of elements are available. See, normally this is how it will be going to contain. It won't be like a single element. Here you can see that at the end it will be going to contain the IP address, and once after that it will be going to contain the binding information with the iconfig pro operation, order provisioning complete, reset seed request. These are the three operations. And your iconfig pro operation consists of an input message, pro operation, and pro operation response. And your pro operation is referring to iconfig request, and all these above elements are related to your request. All these above elements are related to your request. Let me generate a small XML. See, this is the actual request XML. So all these are the required inputs that are required for our iconfig request. And once you have sent, if at all, if you have missed any of these elements, you will be going to write on the server side, you will be going to write the code in such a way that if at all, if there is any required element which was not available in the request XML, you will be going to throw a SOAP fault exception to the client. So on the server side, they will be going to write validation for each and every element, each and every mandatory element. Order number, order ID, version number, order type, supplemental type. And here you can see that the device info consists of three attributes: device ID, number of ports, device change. And again, it consists of different elements: vendor, make, model, type, config, user. And inside device info, it consists of one more complex element, port info, and one more complex element, TN info, which consists of several elements. Again, it consists of service param, which consists of again several elements. So normally, this is how the XML will be, the WSTL will be going to specify, and the XML communication between client and server will be going to happen. TNS is just like a namespace. That's all for today's class. Let me know if you guys have any questions. If you guys have 10 minutes of time, I'll be going to show you one more example. Let me know if I can continue or not. That's an optional one. Okay.
Krish, one quick thing. This is Sushil.
Yeah.
So if I guess we looked at the primitive data types here, right, in the inputs and output. But if you are passing the objects, right, such as employee or whatnot, they will the method of doing the work is the same, correct? Or
correct. But your data types, see, currently I have shown one example with respect to iconfig pro operation.
Yeah, those are going to be
here in this one. It consists of child elements. Yeah, exactly. These are all complex elements.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all for today's class. If you guys have any questions, just you can ask me, or else we'll start with EJB tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm Sudhir here.
Yep. Yes, Sudhir.
Yeah,
go ahead.
These recordings, can we download?
Yeah, I don't think it's possible for download from now onwards, because it will be going to store on the server only. It's not possible for me to store at my local disk level.
So they will be there for some time, or?
Yeah, it will be available at least for 30 days.
For 30 days.
Yep.
Okay.
And once after that also, if you can ask if the file was not available, you can just send an email to the coordinators and they'll be going to upload that for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is there any way that you could get that file and then just upload it to the same place that you've been doing? Because it's been working out. And this is only in the last couple of weeks of the class now, you know, we are changing this thing. And
because see, actually, this is how I have asked those guys from the first time onwards.
Right.
Because we are not supposed to export the recorded file to outside. We can provide the access to the recorded file, but not as a local disk storage.
Yeah, I understand that, you know, and that's why, you know, we've been honoring all the things that you've been saying not to share. Yes, that's the reason. There are some friends who were asking to, but I didn't really share anything so far. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's, I'm sure.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.